This video is for the women who are so ashamed to wear their natural hair that the only person who has ever seen their natural hair was them and their hairstylist. Hello, hi people. How are y'all today? I don't know why I asked that like I expected an answer. But anyway, I tried some butterfly locks. These are crocheted in my mom. She experimented. I think she did, a really good job for her first attempt. So shout out to my mommy. So today, I want to talk about the fact that black women really don't love their natural hair. They don't like the hair that grows from their scalp. They don't like it. We don't like it. I actually wanted to talk about this for a while, but I'm like, do I really want to do something so controversial on my channel? But at the same time, this is something that I always think about. Basically, there are many reasons why women wear wigs and weaves. I don't live in America. I'm not American, but I hear a lot that, corporate America does not like natural hair. You have to have permed hair or a weave that's straight. They may accept like a looser curl pattern more, but if you have kinky hair, it's more so like you have to keep your hair slicked back in a bun, or you have to have in a weave or relaxed hair or something like that, or they like look at you sideways and discriminate. I get that. A lot of people also say they wear wigs and weaves because let's say you go to school, and this is in America now, because in the Bahamas you're not allowed to wear no type of wig or weave in a school. In America, I do believe you're allowed to wear those. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but in school some people may see it as you're not well groomed if you have like an afro or like curly hair, which is really sad, honestly. A lot of people also say that they wear wigs and weaves because their natural hair is hard to deal with, and nothing's wrong with wearing wigs and weaves. Let me just put that out there. I've never worn a wig before, but I have been thinking about it. I don't want anybody to think that I'm bashing people who wear wigs and weaves. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you reasons that I've heard before of why people wear wigs and weaves. Let's just rewind a little bit. Let's talk about self-hatred. Self-hatred basically started back in the slave days. Preferential treatment was given to slaves who had a lighter complexion and a looser textured hair. That kind of stuck with the black community throughout the years, and then there came the time when slavery was abolished, but like in order for black people to fit into society, they had to like straighten their hair, or even get a job, they had to straighten their hair, put the afro away. Now, I am not saying things are perfect in the world, but the world is changing, and it is becoming more and more acceptable for people to wear their natural hair. And some of the reasons why people say that they don't wear wigs and weaves, sometimes, and some people actually use those as excuses. They use those reasons as excuses. There's a difference between reasons and excuses. Some girls actually do wear wigs and weaves because they just don't love their natural hair. They don't like it. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest, because I hate when like, for instance, I can't remember who they posted or what had happened, but it was one time the Shade Room posted somebody, and like all in the comment section, black women were like, oh, I don't wear wigs and weaves because I'm bald, which a lot of black people aren't bald. Oh, I don't wear wigs and weaves because I don't love my natural hair. I wear wigs and weaves because of this and because of that and because of this and because of that. Let's be real. Please, let's be honest with ourselves. A lot of us do not wear our natural hair out because we hate it. Especially those of us with kinkier hair, those of us with type 4 hair. Let's just be real. Let's not try to sugarcoat it. Let's not try to make excuses. Let's be honest. Now, I'm not afraid to say this. I don't want y'all coming for my mommy. Don't come for my mother, okay? But let's be honest. I am not the only one who has a mother or family member or friends who growing up, they would be like, because I did not have natural hair all my life. I used to have permed hair growing up. I didn't have a choice, I didn't get to choose if I could wear my hair natural or not. I kind of didn't even really know what natural hair was growing up, which is sad. It is. But growing up, I'm sure I'm not the only one whose mom used to be like, oh, those naps growing in, trying to slap some perm in your hair. You guys, in America, I didn't call it relaxers, we call it perms. The thing that straightens out your hair. We used to put, I'm not the only one. I'm more than sure. The minute any of your natural curls start to come through, they used to love to slap that perm in your hair. And then there were other people who were around you would, like, if you were to wear your hair out natural, they'd be like, I look naked. I have on clothes, y'all. I'm dressed. I'm standing up, so like, and I'm short, I'm like 4'8". So, but yeah, what was I saying? So a lot of people would be like, okay, your nappy head this, or your hair nappy this, that, and that. Let me just clarify. The word nappy simply means extremely coily, curly, or kinky. That's all it means. We put a negative connotation on that word, but when people say nappy, we're automatically offended. Honestly, we as a people need to do better. And let me tell you, when I first started transitioning to go natural, there were a lot of people telling me, girl, your hair looks so bad, your hair looks so nappy, you don't got no good hair to be going natural, you need to hurry up, throw some perm in your hair, you can't go natural. Because you know, when you're just transitioning and your hair is shorter, it's harder to see your actual curls and definition. And so in there, and that's them basically telling you that they hate 4C hair, because some 4C textures you don't really see a curl pattern. I'm type 4A, 4B, because I was just newly transitioning. My hair was really short. You couldn't really see my curls as much. And then of course I didn't really know what I was doing because I was new at this. So people would tell me my hair was nappy. I didn't have good hair. I needed to put perm in my hair. They just were so disgusted by my hair. When I say disgusted, I mean disgusted. And it did discourage me and make me feel a certain type of way for a while. But then I was like, there was just something in me that was saying, Annelia, do what you gotta do, go natural. This is the hair. And I hate to hear people say this. People love to say, oh, natural hair just isn't for me. These are excuses that people use so they don't have to wear their natural hair, or so they could like slap in a wig or weave and pretend like, you know, they're doing it for some reason other than the fact that they hate their natural hair. I don't want to judge people who dislike their natural hair, because I understand. Society tells us that natural hair is not beautiful. Society tells us that kinky hair is not beautiful. And it's becoming a point where some people of other races tend to appreciate and love our hair more than we do. I don't like talking about exes, but I dated outside of my race once before. He was a white guy, and he actually loved and appreciated my natural hair. He loved my curly hair. For people in my own race, it's almost like me being natural was so disgusting. Like, oh my God, you need to put some perm in your hair. You need to straighten that. Your hair too nappy. How is it that you're letting somebody from another race love and appreciate your hair more than you do? And it's so sad, but that self-hatred has followed us throughout the years, throughout the generations, and it's still here. Even though things are becoming a little bit better, people are becoming more accepting of our natural hair, we ourselves as Black people don't accept and love our natural hair. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with wearing wigs and weaves, but it becomes a problem when you never ever wear your natural hair and you make all the excuses in the world as to why you won't or can't wear your natural hair. You know, some people like to use the excuse, oh, it's so hard to manage. You know, it wouldn't be so hard to manage if you tried to learn to manage it. I get that some people are lazy and don't like to deal with their hair. Sure, you lazy, it's okay. But there are some people who just use that as an excuse. They don't even try to take care of their natural hair. They don't try. And when you wear wigs and weaves, you still have to take care of your hair underneath it. You do. Otherwise, you will end up bald or like with damaged hair. I'm not saying you always have to wear your natural hair out to prove a point to me or to anybody else. But let's just be honest with ourselves. Some of us hate our natural hair with a passion. If you're the type of person who's gonna run to the beauty store or run to the hairdresser the minute your last weave or wig came out of your head, like nobody could dare see you with your natural hair. It's self-hate, honey. I'm sorry you don't love your natural hair, you don't like it. The first step is admitting. Admitting is the first step. And then there are some people who love to say natural hair is expensive. Honey, I asked my friends, because like I said, I've never worn a wig before. I asked my friends and some other people who do wear wigs from time to time, because all my friends are natural. None of them are ashamed of their natural hair. They all love their natural hair. They all wear their natural hair, but sometimes they may put in like a wig or weave, and that's fine. But I asked them and a few others, what is the most expensive wig that you've ever purchased? One of my friends said $298. I asked how much to install. $90. I asked how often do you have to buy a new wig. They were like, as much as you want to switch up your style. Let's be honest, a lot of people switch up their wigs like every month or so. So if natural hair is expensive, what do you call that? Because you're paying like almost $300 for the wig, $100 to get it installed. And then you're paying that all over again in the next 2 to 4 weeks if you want a new style. I mean, I won't lie, natural hair is expensive, but wigs and weaves sounding expensive to me too. And then some people are saying they use wigs to switch it up from time to time. I get it. I get it. Like, I wanted to switch up my hair, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put in a protective style. I did butterfly locks. I could have done a wig or a weave as well. I chose butterfly locks. It's a different look. It gives me a break from my hair. I get it. Switch it up. But when you never wear, like I said, when you never wear your natural hair out, is it really switching it up, or is it you hiding what's underneath? I'm gonna keep saying admitting is the first step, and let's not be in denial. Let's keep it real, because that's honestly what the issue is here. A lot of us are trying to justify when in all actuality we just hate our natural hair. I'm not judging you, I'm not blaming you, because society has taught us to hate our natural hair. But now that the world is changing and becoming more accepting, what's your excuse now? Not every black person who only wears wigs and weaves is working in corporate America. So what's the excuse for that? First of all, it starts in the home. Like I said, growing up, I always used to hear time to put some perm in your hair. Let's stop telling our kids that. Let's stop telling our kids that their hair is nappy. Let's stop talking about good hair and bad hair and making it seem like only looser textured hair is considered good hair. This is why we hate our hair as black people. This is why we learn it at home. This is where we learn it, and then we take that and we teach it to our kids teach it to their kids, and the cycle goes on and on and on and on. Me, the day I have children, I will teach them to love their natural hair. You know, perm girl and that. For what? And I hate to hear people say natural hair just isn't for me. How is the hair, the hair that God made to grow out of your scalp? God don't make no mistakes. How is it that the hair that God made to grow out your scalp ain't for you? You trying to say God made a mistake? I thought God never made mistakes. It's for you. You just don't want it. It's ridiculous. The excuses some people make. This is what really gets to me. There are some people of other races who would like wear braids and cornrows and like curly wigs or weaves. And black people would get on their cases. Oh, you're taking away from the black culture, this, that, and the next. I'm not saying that they're right for doing it, especially if they're acting as if they came up with this style themselves. But if you are the type of person who's always wearing a wig or weave that's straight, a wig or weave that's only wavy, a wig or weave that looks like it came from China, who are you? Who are you to judge? I don't understand. And if you guys want to comment and stuff, I know I don't really have that much subscribers or anything yet, but if you do come across this video and you have a difference of opinion, like, you can comment down below respectfully. If it's not respectful, it will be deleted. Just, you know, keep that in mind. But we all have different thoughts and opinions when it comes to this topic. Mine is, it's self-hatred. Not all the time. Let me just remind you of that. Sometimes these reasons that people give are actually legit, but I'm saying most times it's just we hate our natural hair. Admitting is the first step. It's okay. This is a safe place. And don't get me started on men. There are some men who just hate black women. They hate black hair. And it's crazy because you come from a black woman. You know, there are men who, everybody can have their preference when it comes to dating and stuff. Like, yeah, you may have a preference for Latino women, you may have a preference for white women, but when you have to bash your own black women in order to justify why you're dating another race, it's self-hatred, honey. Maybe God has it where the love of your life is somebody from a different race. Fine, I have nothing against interracial dating. I've heard okay, like I said, this is going to be a video about the exes. This guy wasn't actually my boyfriend. We were just in the talking stage. And he's one of those guys who all he has to see is you're not extremely dark skin and you don't have like extremely kinky hair. You're not 4C. And then he's satisfied with that. It was this one time I asked him, I said, I find it odd that you're talking to me because I'm not the lightest girl in the world. I don't have a loose textured hair. And I'm just like, I find it weird that you're dating me. Because I said I'm used to dating light skinned girls with loose textured hair. And so he was like, why do you act like I only date light-skinned girls? Because you do. And he was like, I dated a dark-skinned girl before. And then I said, okay,
What texture was her hair? She was mixed race and she just happened to be on the darker side. Her hair was looser. So his whole justification was, yeah, I dated her, she was dark skinned. She was dark skinned, but what did she have? Looser textured hair. He has never once dated a girl with kinky hair. And the way we got on that topic was because that very same day I went into the store and I saw this black couple and the guy was telling the girl, I still can't believe you came out looking like this in the store. Your hair's so nappy, why you don't go put some weave in that or something? And I was just like, your hair is the same texture as hers. I don't get it. And of course, nappy has the negative connotation, so we knew exactly what he meant. And this is one of the reasons too why I believe that a lot of women wear looser textured wigs or weaves, or they wear straight hair because they feel like they're more attractive to their own kind. And by the way, this guy who I'm talking about, who I dated, he was back in the day when I was kind of naive and stupid. We all been there, don't judge me. The thing is, some guys don't even know the difference between looser textured hair and kinkier hair, because like I said, I'm like 4A, 4B. He was dating me and he's like, yeah, but you don't got nappy hair like so and so. And I'm like, that girl is 4C, I'm 4AB. We're in the same category. It's just you could see a little more of my curl pattern than you can see hers. We're still kinky girls. Kinky haired girls, not kinky girl, I mean, we have kinky textured hair, you know, we're in the same category under that type 4 umbrella. So some guys are just stupid. I don't want to put anybody down. There are some guys out there who love them a black queen with a nice kinky afro, you know, they love it, and that's something to celebrate, and I applaud you. But there are men who, when they say that they like a girl with natural hair, they mean the ones with the loose textured hair. I'm sorry, that's just the honest truth, and that also feeds into the self-hate that black women feel. And then they go out and they buy these wigs and weaves that are looser textured or straight, and then they come with the excuse, my hair is just so hard to deal with, so I don't wear it out much, but you know, it's okay. Oh, natural hair is so expensive, but I'm gonna spend $500 to get and install a wig. It's okay. It's okay. Why is it that when a white girl or a girl of a different race wears, like, let's say a wig or weave that's curly or kinky, or more so like a black hairstyle, or like braid, cornrows, or, I'm not saying it's okay to take somebody else's culture, but why is it that when a person or a woman of another race does it, the black community is in an uproar, but most of the women in the black community wearing wigs from Malaysia, wigs from Brazil, and then they'd be like, I'm not wearing Becky's hair. You may not be wearing a blonde white woman's hair, but you wearing hair from Malaysia. Is that still not straight? And then people love to say, well, some black people are born with straight hair. You weren't born with straight hair though. And it's very rare that you see, you know, black people born with straight hair. Let's not use that as an excuse, because a white person could say the same thing. Some white people are born with afros, curly hair. That's possible too. And most of the times it's the women who wear nothing but wigs and weaves that aren't their texture or their natural hair texture that are saying these things. And then the minute somebody counters them and be like, well, all I see in your profile pictures or your Instagram post are you in wigs and weaves of different hair textures that isn't really yours, then people love to come with the excuses, not the reasons, the excuses. Oh, well, I wear it because my hair is hard to manage. I wear it because natural hair is expensive. Like I said, I don't like to judge because I know that we've all been taught to hate our natural hair. Once again, admitting is the first step. But yeah, for most of my life growing up, I kind of had the idea, I gotta have straight hair, I gotta put perm in my hair, you know. It even came a point where I used to tell my mom, even though I hated perms because it used to burn my scalp, I used to have little scabs on my scalp from the perm where it would burn me, but I even came to a point where it's like, you know, mommy, my hair looking a little rough. Can you please put some perm in? So I'm not judging anybody. I was once there where I thought permed hair was it. Like, perm hair was so beautiful. Straight hair was the only beautiful kind of hair. I was that girl who thought that only those with looser textured hair was beautiful. I was once there. That's the ignorance that we're taught. It's basically just society teaching us that a certain hair texture is okay and beautiful. So I'm gonna be really, really honest with y'all. When I first decided to go natural, because there came a point in life where I got so sick and tired of having to deal with the burning, the not being able to scratch, just before getting the perm because it'd be itchy, but you can't scratch because then you're gonna get burned, but then you get burned anyway. Like there came a time when I just was like, I really hate perms. So I decided that the minute I graduate that I would stop perming my hair. So after I graduated high school, I did not perm my hair. I expected, and I don't know why, but I expected that when I went natural that I would have this loose textured hair, right? And when I started to go natural and I realized that I didn't have that, it kind of discouraged me. And then on top of that, I had like family members who and other people too who were like, girl, your hair nappy, you need to go through some perm and that. Your hair don't look, you don't got good hair, you got bad hair. So that discouraged me even more. Thank God I started watching YouTube videos of girls who had hair like me, and they were so uplifting. They just helped me to realize that you don't have to have the looser textured hair for it to be beautiful. I'm not sitting up here and trying to make you think that I always thought that my kinky hair is beautiful. No, I was one of those people who, when I found out I wasn't gonna have no loose textured hair, I was ready to start. I was ready to wear the perm out. Where is it? Where's the perm? Give me the straight hair. It took me a while to, for one, learn how to love and accept the hair that I do have, the hair that God made grow out of my scalp. And once I was able to do that, and I did that, number one, by watching people who did know how to do their hair, that had hair like me, and learn from them and see how they cherished and loved their hair. Look at their hair journeys. Look at the different styles that I could do with my kinky hair. It didn't take me too long to learn to love my hair, honestly. It took me way less than a year. I just needed to see somebody out there who loved their natural hair. I just needed to see somebody out there who had no problem flaunting it. I just needed to see that having a tighter textured hair was okay. And once I saw that, I started to love my hair. I was not the best at taking care of it in the beginning, so it still was a little bit discouraging, but I was still like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna grow my hair is beautiful, my hair is gorgeous. And eventually I fell in love with it. Now nobody loves their hair more than me. I love my 4A, 4B hair. If I had 4C, I would love that too. Look, there are people who still struggle with loving their natural hair, especially when it's 4C, because 4C is the most unloved hair type there is. And that's just the honest truth. People just down 4C hair, and it makes people who have 4C hair dislike their hair that much more. Another reason why I say it's up to the parents and society to teach our kids how to teach kids to love their hair is because, okay, when I went to Missouri for school, this was my first semester in Missouri. I was in an English class, and this white lady used to sit next to me. She was an older white lady. She was older, and she married an African guy, right? And they had 3 daughters together, right? And I used to wear my natural hair out. I used to walk in class just, I didn't have much. It was still really short, but I was so proud. I used to be fooling in that thing like it had some length, and I'd sit next to her every class. And then one day she opened up to me. She's like, oh, I'm married to a black guy. He's African, and we have 3 daughters together. I love my baby girls. And she was like, the younger 2, they have really nice, manageable, easy hair. And then this is what she said. She said to me, but my oldest daughter, I lied. She said the youngest daughter and the oldest one has the nice, manageable, soft, wavy hair. And then she said, but my middle daughter, she's just like you. She has that bad hair. And I guess the minute she said it, she all of a sudden was like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that. She went quiet. In my mind, I'm like, no, sis, go ahead. You didn't say it. I got bad hair. You didn't say it. So remember I said about the ex who appreciated my hair and whatnot? Well, there are also people of other races like this woman who's telling their kids, their mixed race kids, that, if you have kinkier hair, it's not beautiful or it's bad hair. So just like the black parent who's telling their daughter, oh, your hair is bad hair, you need to go put some perm in it or some straight weave or this and that. There are white parents who are telling their kids this very same thing. And I just pray to God that she doesn't go home and tell her daughter that, hey, you don't have hair like the other ones. Your hair is bad hair. Their hair is good hair. I hope she's not doing that, because all she's doing is making that girl hate her hair. And this is
This is why we hate our hair. We learn it. We're told this by our parents. We're told this by society. This is why we don't like it. But child, I remember saying this to her. I said, Mom, your daughter has beautiful hair, I'm sure. And I said, all you have to do is learn how to manage it the same way you learned how to manage your other daughter's hair. Because this was a white woman, her hair was straight. And so she had skills enough to manage her other daughter's hair. She has the ability and the potential to have the skills to manage her middle child's hair. Just because it's kinkier does not make it any less amazing, doesn't make it any less beautiful, it does not make it bad hair. I didn't get on her for calling my hair bad or anything. That's just ignorance. You know, people are ignorant sometimes. I just said, Mom, if you having problems, just learn to manage it. I said, if you having problems learning to manage it, come to me. Come to me. Because even though I was still learning, I still knew more than she knew. And we could kind of work together and make something happen, you know. I hate when people, and I mean hate. When I say hate, I mean it. I hate when people teach their children that their hair is not beautiful simply because it's kinkier or tighter. You know, it's not bad hair. Stop telling your kids they got bad hair. Stop telling your kids they need perm. They don't need it. Did God bring them into this earth with straight hair? No. Did God bring them into this earth with a box of perm in their hands? No, because God makes no mistakes. He gave them the hair he gave them, you know. The whole point of this video to me is to raise awareness and to teach people that what you teach your kids and what you say to other people in society about their natural hair really affects the way they think about themselves and their hair. That's basically what this video is about. We demand respect from other races. We demand love from other races. We demand that other races love us and our features. But how can we want them to love us and our features if we don't even love ourselves and we don't even love our own features? If you hate yourself, they gonna hate us too. We gotta love ourselves. We gotta at least try. We gotta teach our kids. Doesn't matter if you have 3C or 3A or if you have 4A or 4C. It does not matter. Your hair beautiful. And you know what? Bad hair isn't if your hair is kinky. Bad hair is if your hair is broken and damaged and you're not taking care of it. That's bad hair. This is what we need to teach our kids. One of the reasons why I make natural hair videos is because I have learned how to take care of my natural hair, and there are so many people who tell me, oh, I don't wear my natural hair because I don't know how to take care of it. Well, there is me, and there is way more like known YouTubers who are out there trying to teach you these things. It isn't like this information isn't out there. This is a new day and age where people are starting to come out and they're starting to show you ways to handle natural hair, ways to fix it, ways to do it. You just have to access that information. And it's not hard. It's right here on YouTube. How many natural hair YouTubers are out there? How many people are like me who are trying to get out there and show you these things? There's no longer any excuse. I've been talking for a while. My throat's starting to get a little dry. Ending this video. I just want to ask that if you do want to chime in on this conversation, you could comment down below respectfully. You could debate among yourselves and I'll chime in too. But I really want to know, do you guys think that most black women wear wigs and weaves because of self-hate? Or do you believe that most black women wear wigs and weaves simply because it's more convenient, they're able to fit into society better or society's standards of beauty better? Like, tell me, why is it that you think black women wear wigs and weaves so much? And if you think that we hate our natural hair, generally speaking, black women as a whole, what do you think on this subject? Let me know down below. Anyway, y'all, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye, y'all. I kind of wish I had worn my natural hair out for this video, but we here with the butterfly locks, you know? They're cute. I like them.